Welcome back to Combatants Will Be Dispatched. In review, episode 13. Yes, like with the last episode, I'm reviewing a light novel from the light novel series. This is the fifth and second to most recent book release for the series. We have Combatants Will Be Dispatched Volume 5. Now, you probably think, Rose in the cover, does that mean we're going to explore Rose's backstory? They hint at it, but it doesn't go anywhere. Not really, no. The book basically starts out where we have six, Snow and Alice were invited at the end of the last book to go meet up with the Demon Lord. And according to Snow's info, they thought he was a middle-aged old man. And who they meet is this woman right here, Viper, the Demon Lord's daughter. Now, they do explain, wait, it was to be a guy, why is it a girl? They actually explained in the last book that, get this, the last Demon Lord was killed. How? By Lilith, by complete accident. They explained in the book that if she did this, she accidentally fired one of the rockets off while, get this, and this is kind of gross, I'm surprised the fact this book actually mentioned it. Liz was picking her nose when one of her rockets fired off, and apparently the Demon King decided to go on a midnight stroll to a research facility just cuz. And Helene, the only member of the Elite Four who wasn't captured or killed, was held in a dungeon for conspiracy for killing the Demon Lord. And they negotiated with the current Demon Lord, and, well, she says, okay, we're going to surrender because we don't have much of a leadership anymore. And I'm handing off my position to my lady-in-waiting, Camille, who was the ambassador who brought him there. And Helene is being transferred to the Kazakaki Corporation, which, by the way, they openly acknowledge it in this book. Probably because the last couple books have been bringing a lot more agents. They actually don't work. At first, the series did bring out the fact that Six and Alice from a different world. That wasn't explained a bit later before when Lilith showed up. And of course, she had to apologize for all of Six's silly actions over the course of book 3 and the previous 3 books. So, and she also requests that she be executed as an atonement for the war between humanity and the demon kind. I'm like, okay. Oh yes, and also have the entire Demon Lord population transported to the Hideout City. Yes, it's a city now. Even though the last book they had a hideout, now they have a Hideout City that they built. So Elaine first is made into sort of the slave, and then she's pretty much made into the heater for the whole city. And of course we have to Russell. We have Viper reunite with Russell for the first time. And of course, Rose does explore the facility, but doesn't really go much anywhere. So, also and of course, during the time before she's supposed to be executed, Viper becomes sort of an administrator. Does paperwork, plays with Six on Lilith's PSP. I'm not kidding. He left a PSP behind. I know what this thing is because I played the PSP before, so I know what this thing is. PSP is usually it's a small console game. It simply put Sony's equivalent to the Game Boy. That's simply, or the DS. That's the equivalent of it. So, excuse me. And throughout this book, Viper and Six sort of form a friendship. There's nothing really. Of course, there's sort of kind of flirtation there per se, but nothing really serious. Also, Snow is transferred to the city because she annoyed the nobles. Grimm and Rose become regular residents of the group of the city. Rose is already age anyways, age in training. And also, they reveal in here that Rose has an attachment to Viper. So then later on in the book, when you have the day Viper is supposed to be executed, Six decided to break out of prison because he enjoys being with her. And Alice, who was really smart, by the way, she was actually giving Snow an allowance. Yeah, she's giving Snow an allowance. And then because she badmouthed Viper, and in fact she acted drunk and blacked out for an actual critical operation, she was cut off from her allowance. And okay, so the Kingdom of Grace, agreed to allow the residents of the city if they can eliminate the Sand King, the giant mole. And also, Tiger Man comes back. Yeah, he's actually absent almost the entire book. He comes back, and of course, apparently his super strength allows him to actually. Well, he also gives Viper a Sorcerer's Stone. No joke. He finds a really big one, the size of my freaking hand. And eventually, they killed the Sand King after 2 chapters of fighting the damn thing. Yeah, basically we have 6, 10, a whole bunch of combat agents, including the mutants, kill the damn thing. And then, of course, comes the execution. And, of course, Alice decided to stage a fake execution because they probably like having her around. So they have her sort of sacrifice herself to get transported. And they transport. And then, of course, the end of the book, we have this new Supreme Leader called the Snake Woman, who's also called Viper. Also, here's something interesting, though. Snow became so close with the Six comes so close with Viper the whole book, he called her V. Yep, called her V. And she had no problem with that. He was by far one of a couple characters who did. I think also that Alice called her V too. Alice is pretty much kind of like the big boss now. So this overall was just a really good book to read. It's in case you're curious though, it's only 206 pages. So you get a pretty good length of book here. And this book here is actually the conclusion to the first arc of the series. Excuse me, and you're thinking, really? It's the conclusion to it? Yes, it is. It's serious to conclusion. I'm going to get this book roughly I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Just a damn good book. Okay? So yes, that's it particular review. Next one is going to be How Realists Here Build the Kingdom. Talk about the final episode of the season, okay? Next video. Bye.